Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this rant, I'm telling you, I am getting, the boiling level almost gonna make my hair fall out. But I'm posting this video because I was just had a little bit of a slow time. It's storming outside, it's raining, can't do any gardening. It is there are weeds that need to be pulled, but I'm not gonna be able to pull them. But for the life of me on the business stations, I'm calling out CNBC, BNN, and whatever else is out there, the Yahoo Finance people, the online stuff, for the media organizations, all the main CBS, NBC, CTV, CBC, all over the world. I have never seen a concerted effort, an absolute concerted effort to convince people that interest rates need to go up 3/4 of a point. In fact, Josh Brown on CNBC yesterday said it's got to go up a point or the Fed has no credibility. And then had that Sarah girl on. I was watching. I had to turn it off. I've never seen anybody not ask a very smart person that was sitting there, what exactly does 75 points do, or what does 50 points do? All they wanted to do was scare you into thinking that inflation is out of control and interest rates need to go up and they got to go up 1% and then 1% and then 1%, and all these people are wrong. First, the stock market going into a bear market does not create a recession. There's no guarantee that the stock market will create a recession. Why is it in a bear market? And they won't tell you why it's in a bear market, so I'm going to tell you why the stock market's in a bear market. If you're in oil stocks, you haven't lost a penny. In fact, since the beginning of the year, you've probably doubled your money. If you are in pipeline companies, you have not lost a penny. In fact, you've probably doubled your money. If you are in Shopify, from November, you are down 81%. 81%! Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Coinbase, a business that does not do anything. You want to be in a exchange-traded business that makes money off of trading by the CME. I don't know why anyone would buy this. I don't know why anyone did buy it. It's down 85%. It's going down more. I don't even think they survive. Personally speaking, I don't own it. I never owned it. People talked about it. People talk about the cryptocurrencies are going to be around. Who cares? Okay? I don't care. I can't trade or buy crypto at the bank. Okay? Just can't. And that's just the way it is. 2, Google. Massive company. Even though they changed their name, we still call them Google. Down 28.5%. 28.5%. Has things really changed for Google? Not according to their quarterly reports, but there's a reason they're down. Last, Netflix. I love this one. Netflix might just get back to a price where I can afford it. It was $700 a share and it is now down 75%. Why is it down 75%? I will tell you why it's down 75%. First thing, if you read the title of this, it says Fed should only do 50 basis points. That's a half point rise. That's all they should do. And if they get browbeated in by the constant media storm that they got to do 75, they got to do 75, it's priced into the market. Are you kidding me? These are people talking their book. They're not giving us information of why they should do the 75 points. They blame inflation and they say the market's in a bear rally, and because we're in a bear market, the Fed's got to put it up 75 points. Really? Let's go back in time when the Fed was at a quarter or half. They were at a half a point. And you can go back in time. It's on this channel, on YouTube, on the history. Just type it in. You'll see them. They gotta go to zero. And the market's up huge. Interest rates going up caused the market go down a little bit, but not really. Inflation causing the market to go down? Not at all. I don't know about you, But companies, which need to stop doing this because I'm going to stop buying their products, they're shrinking the size of what they're selling us in the same. Oh, you think we're stupid? It was 1,000 grams. Now it's 900 grams. Are you kidding me? And it's the same price. I know it's 10% less. Just put the damn price up. The quantity I want to buy is the quantity I want to buy. But let's get back to why the Fed should only do a half a point. I'm going to give you a little history lesson here. And the reason the Fed should only do a half a point is this. Are you ready? Let's go back in time to 1979. Woo! These things did not exist. In fact, I could go on for hours about technology that did not exist back then, but this is what was going on. November 1979, the prime rate was 15%. That's a 1 and a 5 together. Not 1.5, 15%. And if you went back and read the news stories, because you would have to go to a newspaper and you would have to follow it because there was no internet. There wasn't, there were computers, but not in the sense that we have them today. You'd have to go and you'd have to open it up. And you know what they said? Inflation is rampant. Interest rates need to go up. And we already had 15% interest rates. And we had 15% interest rates in February 1980. Economy was booming. Booming, 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 booming. No slowdown. Nobody thought it would end. Well, one person I know did. No longer alive. My mother. They sold all their real estate. Everything. Because she said it's going to go higher and this is not good. So, what did they do? So in April 1980, they put it up to 16.75%. One go. 16.75%. One go. By November, guess what they did? They went too far too fast. And all the newspaper articles out there said, oh, this is too much. Because the interest rates going up today do not affect inflation today, tomorrow, or 3 months from now. It'll affect the inflation rate 1 year from now. A year in the future. It will do nothing for today. 92% of the world's finance markets, us individuals, do not own treasuries. Do not buy treasuries. Do not get income. Like, I don't own a treasury that was worth $108 and now it's worth $106 because the interest rate's gone up. Or it's worth, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. We don't deal in that. My mortgage ain't changing. My loans aren't changing. My line of credit, if it's a prime plus, it will change by half a point. But it was 1.5. You'll pay it off. That's what happens. They pay it off. But they put interest rates up 16.75% in the spring of 1980. And by the summer of 1980, guess what was happening? Economy was sputtering a little bit. Wasn't sputtering all much, but some numbers came out that they didn't like. And what did they do? They cut interest rates to 13.75% by November. They would have just left it at 15. They could have just left it there. They wouldn't have had to do what they did. But guess what they did? They reduced it to 13.75 because the media storm, it's over. Inflation is gone. Gas prices are going down. The embargo's over. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even want to talk about it. Because what people talk about and what really happened were two different things. But guess what they did? They cut rates to 13.75. Guess what it did? People thought rates would just keep going down. And we went crazy again. Instead of leaving it at 15 and being consistent, we want to see what would happen. And instead of panicking and getting browbeated and convinced that you should do something else because the market is down, the stock market has nothing to do with what's going on Main Street. The stock market has absolutely nothing to do with me selling houses. The stock market has nothing to do with me buying a truck. Nothing. Am I working? Am my income the same? Yeah. Is there work? Yeah. Is unemployment zero? Basically, if you're not working, you don't want to. Same in the States, same in Canada. Bear market's going to cause a recession. No. Interest rates going too far too fast will cause a recession. So, they want to get inflation under control. It's already under control, but we won't talk about that. So what did they do in 1981? Beginning in 1981, market, everything started to do a little better, a little better. Oh no, inflation! 22.75%. We went from 1375 in November 1980 to 22.75% in February of 1981. Think about 9 percentage points higher in 4 months. 9. If they would have just left it at 15, they would have never had to do that. And then, of course, by the end of 1981, it's back down to 15%. And it's done nothing but drop. It goes up a little bit, goes down, goes up a little bit, goes down, did all the way down to a quarter point. And here we are today. So everyone out there, stop listening that the Fed's got to put rates up 3/4 of a point. They don't. They do a half this time. They do a half next time. They do maybe a half after that. Maybe. And if they do that, they just might be okay. If they do more than that, they do 1.5 today and say that's as far as we're going for the rest of the year, the market will go down 20%. Buying opportunity. This is why the Fed's only going to do a 0.5 point, or should only do a 0.5 point. What they do, who knows? You're going to find out. You're going to watch this video and then the Fed would have done their thing and you're going to know if I'm right or I'm wrong. But if they do more than a 0.5 point, they were browbeated into it from the media. Just constant media storm of people that talking their book. They're either short the bonds or they're long the bonds and they're using options to do it. They're betting the Fed's going to do 3/4 of a point rise so that bond's going to change in price. Okay? What someone's willing to pay for it. That $100,000 that they borrowed, if it's at 5%, they want that 5% coupon. They're not paying $108 for it anymore. They're going to pay $100. Okay? It's very confusing. I'm not going to get into it. It's just crazy. But they're talking their book. And Josh Brown, you're talking your book. Terranova, you're talking your book. You guys know who these guys out there. And the people interviewing Kernan and those guys, even you, Kramer. The contrarian in the room, you know 0.5 point is all that has to happen. But anyways, the market is down. Quick little thing before I end this off. Fed 0.5 point. The market is down because the pandemic is over. Pandemic is not over, but it's over. It has mutated into a very contagious, not very lethal virus. And because it's not very lethal and you got your vaccinations, you're not going to die. So let's move on. Just how it did. Will it turn less lethal and more lethal and less contagious? 80% of the people die from the virus like Ebola? Might happen one day. Who knows? But Shopify, pandemic play. Oh, well, we're moving online. We don't want to go anywhere. We don't want to do anything. Income is up, blah, 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 down 81%. Shopify, I think, is down where it is because of their stock split and their founder shares. And the street didn't like it. Their earnings hasn't really changed. They're going to report. I don't see any, so far, their earnings are down 81%. Coinbase, absolute CME business. They tried to create a crypto exchange business, taking commissions on what happened, and nothing else. And so when people needed money, because the media's convinced people they get out of this stuff and raise cash because it's coming to an end, 85% down, probably 97% down. I would not own this. If I had the guts, I'd short it. Google, down 28.5%. The only reason it's down is because the market's down and it's in so many index funds. Google will go down even if their income is going up and their profits are going up and their cash is going up and they're buying other businesses and making more money, and just the outlook is like growth at 30%, growth at 30%. The market won't care, down 30%. Netflix, pandemic play. Oh, everybody's signing on to Netflix. Look at their subscribers. Now their subscribers are down a little bit because the pandemic's over and people are traveling. Holy cow, 75%? Really? Has their income dropped 75%? Has their income dropped 75%? No, but it was a pandemic play. Zoom, pandemic play, down 80%. The other companies down 70%. Pandemic. People got caught up in this pandemic thing, all this money coming in, and what did capital markets do? They flooded this company. And I mean flooded. They bought and bought and bought and bought. And in November they started selling. Because guess what? Pandemic's over. And they changed their minds. And now they blame inflation. Lumber is price gouging. Fuel is price gouging. Fuel in Canada is price gouging. It's over $2 a liter. That's $8 a gallon for the United States. In fact, we only have one place under $2 a liter. That's $8 a gallon. You can buy gasoline in the United States for $4.90, $4.85, $5 a gallon. When you're $8 a gallon, that's price gouging. $5 a gallon, that's what it is. Nothing wrong with $5 a gallon. We need it. That's another video. But the Fed should only do a half a point. And they should only do a half a point because we're talking about inflation for next year. I don't care. They could put interest rates up 2% today or tomorrow. And it will not change the inflation numbers in the next 3 to 6 months. It will not. And every economist out there knows it. If you went to school, you know this. So I can't believe that they just have to create this fear. And it's going to turn on a dime and the market's going to go up. And you know what they're going to say tomorrow? The market's up. It's not a bear market anymore. The Fed did their... Look how great the Fed is. Oh my Lord. It is just amazing. Hour to hour. And how, that's why I don't watch them anymore. Just do my own research. Enjoy the odd Jim Cramer show. Every now and again, a couple analysts come on that are reasonable and logical and mathematically based. Every now and again. But, to watch it all, it's just ridiculous. You get convinced of something that's not true. So thank you very much for tuning in. And hopefully this helps you why the Fed is only going to do half a point. Bank of Canada is only going to do a half a point. We have different banking systems than they do. Ours is far better, but for the most part, that's what's going to happen. And if it is a point or they go too far too fast, they're going to have to reduce. And then they're going to reduce and it'll be a mistake. They need to get the prime rate to 4%, by the way. 4 to 5% is a normal market for the last 50 years for the Bank of Canada rate. 4 to 5%. They don't really want it more than 5%, and they don't want it lower than 4%. That's the sweet spot for great economic growth. That's where they need it. If it's not there, they need to get it there. And by the way, 3/4 of a point will not solve the inflation. 1 point will not solve inflation for this year. Because let me tell you, there's some price gouging going on out there, and get all us people, stop buying shrinking inflation. Stop buying it. The 1,000-gram box of Honey Nut Cheerios is now 800-gram box of Honey Nut Cheerios, and it's the same price. Don't buy it. The packaging costs that they are wasting, the extra packaging, by giving us less, the packaging is costing more than the reduction of the stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how the accountants haven't gone to the CEOs of these companies and told them. But that's another story. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourself a great week, and I'll see you in the future.